I don't know if you guys have been watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The show is definitely an acquired taste, but I love the silly drama of it all. Today, we are going to talk about Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and all the chaos that comes with her, because there is a lot. And of course, her life has once again imploded. So we're going to talk about that. It's March 2026. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 4 has just dropped. And then we have The Bachelorette that is supposed to be premiering. Except Taylor has gone and effed up her life again. I feel like we need to go back and talk about all the drama that has been Taylor's life before we go into what is currently happening, because there is just so much. I honestly don't know how somebody could be so prone to drama. Like, I don't know how it's possible for that much drama to find you, and for this to have started even before she was on reality TV. She is a unique human being, and I'm not even surprised this show was made around her life. We have to talk. This is going to be very brief. So in 2022, we had the soft swinging confession video that she made on TikTok. Taylor admitted that her Mormon friends and her were like swapping husbands, doing some weird stuff, and then her and her husband at the time, Tate, ended up getting divorced. Now, in February of 2023, she is arrested for the first time. She is arrested for aggravated assault against her boyfriend, Dakota. She threw a metal bar stool that ended up actually hitting her young daughter, which was pretty messed up. Then we have September 2024, when Mormon Wives premieres, and of course they kind of center some of the drama around that whole arrest and the aftermath and everything like that. And then in September 2025, The Bachelorette was casted, and they announced Taylor as the next Bachelorette. Of course, everyone head is rolling over this. It's crazy. It's unexpected. She has this on and off relationship with Dakota that's just a mess. So definitely a lot of people were shocked. It definitely caused some controversy, because it's like, is Taylor the kind of person you would want on The Bachelorette? You know? Then obviously November 2025, season 3 of Secret Lives of, that's a tongue twister, guys. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came out. Season 2 and season 3 kind of welled together for me. In both of those seasons, she was like, there was like the whole thing with Dakota talking to another girl, and but basically he was dating them at the same time, just other girls too. And then obviously the fact that he was messaging one of their close family friends in an inappropriate way, and it was weird. So just like hit after hit with them two, there was just something happening. It was a mess. That's like the only way to describe it. Then we have now, March 2026, season 4 has just aired, and Taylor and Dakota are placed under a new domestic assault investigation. You can't make this shit up. Hulu, being their messy selves, basically made season 4 kind of a prequel for Taylor getting onto The Bachelorette. Like, the overarching storyline for her was just like, leaving Dakota and their whole messed up relationship. I'm gonna be honest, watching them two is truly exhausting at this point. They've been going at it since season 1, and it's so clear that these two are just not meant to be together. And at this point, it's just annoying. Like, you guys need to leave each other alone. You know what I mean? I feel like throughout the season, the other girls were kind of just like trying to tell Taylor to like drop this man, leave this man, and heal. Even though, I mean, their version of healing was for her to go onto The Bachelorette and date other men. I don't really know how healing that would be for her. But like I said, Hulu is messy. So what did they show a scene of? They showed a scene of Dakota leaving Taylor's place the night before she was supposed to fly to start filming The Bachelorette. She hooked up with this man only hours before having to go onto The Bachelorette and meet the men that she was gonna start dating. Like, you can't make this up. Apart from that, we obviously have to speak about what's been circulating right now. In late February, just a couple weeks ago, things with Dakota and Taylor kind of exploded again. According to TMZ and statements from the Draper City Police Department, there's currently an open domestic assault investigation involving both of them. So based on like all the police reports and like the insider kind of information, what we know is that the two of them got into like a massive altercation. Sources close to Taylor say that the primary aggressor was Dakota. Meanwhile, other reports are saying that Taylor is the one that got physical with Dakota, reportedly choking him and ripping off his necklace. But the police spokesperson said that allegations have been made from both sides. The worst part of this all is that the reports say that their 1-year-old son Ever was in the room when this was all happening. This all resulted in Taylor and Dakota reportedly being ordered by the Utah Division of Child and Family Services to undergo psychological evaluations. Because of this, the production for Mormon Wives Season 5 has been halted. Honestly, not even halted, like completely shut down. We were supposed to be seeing, like the aftermath of Taylor being on The Bachelorette, but they had to like basically cut. It's bad when TV producers who are usually like foaming at the mouth for drama like this are like, wait, you know what? We need to stop filming. This is a bit too much. But I'm not gonna lie, when you look back at her 2023 arrest, when she admitted to, throwing a wooden playset and metal chairs at Dakota, which ended up hurting her 5-year-old child. It's kind of crazy that she was actually still given this platform in the first place. From the start, we kind of saw the way this was going to go. And she probably should have never been, given this show or have been the main focus of the show. Now that all of this has happened, Taylor has kind of seen the consequences of her actions. Cinnabon had literally just posted their collab with Taylor to promote The Bachelorette and to promote Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And now, days later, after the DV news broke, Cinnabon deleted their post, and TMZ reported that the collaboration between them and Taylor no longer aligns with their brand values. And it's not just the bands, it's like her own castmates. The Mom Talk girls are not having it with Taylor. Sources close to the production told People magazine that the girls are very overwhelmed and refuse to be associated with her. They basically banded together and told Hulu that they do not want to film. That is just what's being said. We don't know if that's true. There's been like a bunch of rumors, but on a podcast called No Filter with Zach Peter, it was suggested that the Mom Top girls were just jealous of Taylor and the fact that she kind of scored that The Bachelorette.
Now, that said, I did see a report, like a blind item that was going around that said something about how the cast was seemingly upset with Taylor for her kind of stealing the thunder of the show. And then now that she has The Bachelorette that's coming out, like that's really going to steal the thunder of the show. It seemed like maybe it could have been a jealousy thing.
But Jesse Draper commented on that post and said it was never a jealousy thing. Now, I don't know how I feel about that personally. I think that there's no way there isn't like a little bit of resentment there. Like, of all people to continue to platform, it's Taylor after all that she's kind of done. But I mean, I feel like, Whitney's been on Dancing with the Stars. Jen has been on Dancing with the Stars. The girls are starting to get like opportunities by themselves, I do believe that some of the girls do feel some type of way about her being on The Bachelorette. But I do think that for the most part, the girls are fine with that and they have their own opportunities that they're focusing on and don't really care. So season 22 of The Bachelorette was supposed to premiere on March 22nd, which is actually today for me. Probably won't be for you guys, but today for me. Up until recently, Taylor was still promoting the show in New York, while at the same time undergoing a state-mandated psychological evaluation back in Utah. I don't really know how ABC expected this to play out. Did they really think that platforming a woman who is basically fresh off probation for child endangerment and DV was a good idea. I looked at the cast for The Bachelorette and the men that were supposed to be for that season. We've got Trenton, who is 35 years old, athlete. We had Richard, who was a photographer from Charleston. We had Lana Del Rey's ex, Clayton Johnson. These guys signed up to find a wife, but instead they were basically dropped in the middle of the toxic world of Taylor and Dakota. People are pointing out the clear double standard, because if a male bachelor did half of the things that Taylor is doing, there is no way they would have been picked. There is no way that they would be platformed. Do you think if a male bachelor has been arrested for DV, was known to have thrown a chair at their partner and accidentally hurt their child, they would have been chosen for the show? No, he'd be canceled. Taylor's a white, pretty Mormon who has a big fan base. They're like, yeah, let's compromise, having morals and standards for this woman because she's going to bring in a lot of money. She's going to cause a lot of drama. Okay, so we have to talk about the video leak, because up until this, The Bachelorette was still premiering. They were still going to go ahead. Even with the new investigation against Taylor and Dakota, they were still going to premiere the show. They were still promoting the show. But then this video dropped. This leaked video was sent to TMZ by Dakota. The video was very disturbing, to say the least. It is not new footage. It is not like a new fight. It is the footage of the 2023 assault and arrest. So the video basically shows Taylor being like very visibly drunk, kicking and punching him before she starts like hurling metal bar stools at him. The worst and like most devastating part of this video is the audio, because in the background you can literally hear her daughter crying in the room. In the video you could hear Dakota yelling, "Your daughter just got hit in the head with a metal chair, go help your daughter." And this has ruined things for ABC. This has ruined things for The Bachelorette, because we can't just sit around and act like Taylor's just this quirky, messy mom that we see on Secret Lives. That illusion has completely been broken, and we're seeing her for who she is. And as much as I want to hold Taylor accountable for her actions, I also don't think that it's all her. Of course, I feel like Dakota is not a victim in this. It's definitely a two-sided thing between the two of them. With Dakota, the timing of this leak is very interesting. This video was recorded early 2023 and has never been released. The courts dealt with it. The plea deal was signed in August 2023, and Taylor has been on probation. But Dakota had this video just sitting in his camera roll, in his back pocket, waiting for the right time to leak it. And that time was 3 years after it actually happened. If people don't think that there's a reason that Dakota released this video 3 days before the premiere of the show, you're being naive. Not only did he release it 3 days before the show was supposed to premiere, he released it on their son's birthday, Ever's birthday. Her spokesperson said that this video leak was a never-ending, desperate attention-seeking, destructive campaign to harm Taylor, and a reprehensible attempt to distract from his own behavior. And she means that in relation to their current 2026 investigation. And honestly, I don't disagree. Two things can be true at once. Taylor's actions in that video are inexcusable, and Dakota weaponized his child's trauma to completely sabotage his ex career at the exact moment she was about to reach like the peak of her fame. I feel like with this, you can really see how toxic and manipulative Dakota really is, because he could have released this anytime, but he chose now for a reason. He wanted to ruin her opportunity. He wanted to ruin her career. So ABC has finally pulled the plug on the show. What else could they really do? They had to. There's no way they could have gone forward with the premiere of the show after that video released. A Disney television spokesperson released a statement saying, "In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family." Millions of dollars, guys. Millions in production costs. The entire cast of 20, 30 men who gave up months of their lives, massive brand sponsorships, everything overnight. Just gone. They deserve this, because I feel like they just ignored massive, giant red flags in the name of, getting more views, getting more money, kind of like maybe reviving The Bachelorette and maybe getting Gen Z kind of on board with it and being interested in it. So I do not feel bad for them. I do feel bad for kind of like the guys who probably, quit their jobs. I mean, to be honest, they were going to be influencers. Do I really feel bad that, you can't be an influencer now? Do I feel that bad about it? Not particularly, but it is annoying to have given up your lives for months just for the reason behind that to be canceled, for you to have spent all that time, all that effort for nothing, is pretty annoying. Those are the only people I feel bad for. And obviously all the people that put their work into the production and everything like that. I will say that if they were trying to, get Gen Z more interested and they liked, the attention that Secret Lives was getting, they could have gone for any other cast member that was single. Like we have Layla. Layla is such a nice, sweet girl. She's absolutely lovely. She would be the exact kind of person that they could have put on the show. I mean, I know that she doesn't have the same fan base that Taylor has, but she would have been a way better choice. Nothing like this would have happened. And she's just the kind of person that would deserve something like this. And I feel like it was just a massive oversight on ABC's part to have decided to go with Taylor for this. I don't know what this means. Like, are they just gonna wait until next year? Like, all that footage, all that, just for it to not air is so crazy. Like, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Tell me what you guys think about Taylor. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
I know you're feeling kinda crazy.